On what was supposed to be the happiest day of her life, this bride's arrogance caught up with her. Acting entitled at her rental home led to an unforgettable humiliation. She was kicked out on her own wedding day.
Bridal party getting put out of Airbnb on wedding day.
If the bride can't get her hair and makeup done, and we have to be at the venue, what? We have 2 hours? Where we gonna go for 2 hours? We in the middle of nowhere. Literally in the middle of nowhere. Huh? She had 7 people. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. We're not having a house party. We're doing our hair for a wedding. Like.
Listen carefully, guys. They said 7 people were there. Now remember this detail, because it will matter later.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Hi guys, my name's Angel. I'm the bride from the Airbnb video that the hairstylist posted. I just want to get on here and tell my side. I'm only going to be giving y'all facts. Not much my opinions on everything. But yeah, just showing you guys some screenshots and getting my side of the story out. That's all. But yeah, I'm going to be giving you guys some brief screenshots and facts. But before I get started with that, for anybody, and I'm not saying that there are a whole bunch of people doing this, but for anybody that is going to, you know, the host's page to harass or bully her, just please don't, guys. The situation was fixed. It's fine. I'm okay.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you.
It's true. No matter what the situation is, people should never harass any side of them.
Okay, so number 1, I knew that my venue was not going to let me until 12. At that point, I had to figure out a situation because I have 10 bridesmaids in total and they needed to get their makeup done and they needed to start like early in the morning. Okay. Second, because I needed to figure something out, I went ahead and I told my dad, hey, I need to get an Airbnb or a hotel, whatever the case may be. Also, I did not tell this woman that I was having my wedding.
But why? Why would you do that?
And I don't think I needed to. And honestly, that opinion is not going to change it.
That's the first mistake she made. She started dishonesty. And the host would have been more understanding if she told the truth from the start, instead of being shady.
It's not going to change. When I book an Airbnb, when I book a hotel, I don't tell them why I'm there or what I'm doing. Quite frankly, they don't need to know. All they need to know is that I'm staying there. That's it. Now, when I booked the Airbnb, here is the policy. No gatherings of more than 6 people, up to 4 vehicles allowed on the property, no street parking. That's what was there. Again, I also saw 6 guests maximum allowed. This is what she sent me the morning of our check-in. Our check-in was supposed to be on the 12th. I didn't check until the 13th, the day of my wedding, because I went out the morning before. I didn't get back to Montgomery until 5 a.m. and I immediately went to bed.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Now, what you guys should know is that I have 10 bridesmaids in total. I was aware that it said 6 guests maximum. And I had created, or really my maid of honor and my matron of honor, shout out to them, they created a schedule for the bridesmaids to get there to do their makeup because I knew that I couldn't have more than 6 people there. My intention was to always have 6 people there.
We all know that was a lie, because at the start of the video, they were talking about 7 ladies being there, meaning they broke the rule.
And for everybody who doesn't believe that we were really going to do rotations, we really were. My bridesmaid, my matron of honor, got the 4 wrong, but really it was 6 people. So I told them like groups of 3 and then let the next group know when you're going to be done.
You sure about that?
Now guys, I got back to my Airbnb at like 5 in the morning because like I said, I went out the night before. I immediately went to bed. I was tired and I was getting married in the morning. I went to bed and then when I woke up around like 8 in the morning, I realized that there were more than 6 people. And I realized that that was against the rules.
It's none of my business. It's none of my business.
So I messaged her and I said, good morning. Just wanted to let you know that I'm getting married today. My venue is 15 minutes down the road.
She made it look like it was a sudden mistake, while it's obvious they knew what they were doing.
I let her know that so that she knew that whenever we left, it would be quick, okay? Venue won't let me and my bridesmaids in yet, but will around 12 p.m. By that time, we should all be gone, as well as the cars. I just wanted to let you all know that so that you didn't think it was a party or anything. I apologize for the inconvenience. Please let me know if there's anything you need from me. And again, I apologize.
We do not care.
I apologize twice, guys. I'm not a rude person. I understand this is somebody's place, and I don't want to do anything to make them uncomfortable.
Just because you apologize doesn't take away from what you did.
She said good morning. She congratulated me on my wedding day. She told me about the policy again, and said that it was strict. And she said that she wouldn't be able to, that says accommodate your requests. I understood. Did I understand? No, but I understood that this is her place. So if that's how she feels, then that's how she feels. I said, okay, do you know where they may be able to go since only 3.5 hours? I literally just needed somewhere for them to be for 3 hours or 3, 4. I'm bad at math, whatever. I need them to be somewhere for a short amount of time. She said she was checking and she asked how many there are. I said just 7. I know that for a fact in her video, it did not go through to her. So she did not see this. Guys, like I said, this Airbnb was in the middle of the forest. I'm a very type B person. So really that morning I was running off having no Wi-Fi and just doing whatever.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
But I did say that there were 7 people in the Airbnb. It just did not get to her. And I was running around doing stuff. So I didn't see that it didn't send. She then said, you can check Margaritaville. Like I said, guys, I just needed a place for 3.5 hours. My bridesmaids were going home after the wedding. I wanted to be with my husband. I said, because I was trying to clarify, they don't need a place to stay, just a place to wait until 12. And then they're leaving and not coming back. What I meant by that is not that they're leaving your house and not coming back. What I meant is that wherever they will be, they don't need to stay. They're not coming back.
She could have taken them to a cafe or a park to wait, but she kept making things more difficult.
I said they aren't staying the night, just waiting. That's it. That's all I meant by that. And I can see how it may be misconstrued that I meant her place, but that's not what I meant. I just meant that I needed a place for them to be at for not an extended period of time. And she said that she understood and that it was again, and we weren't allowed on the property. La la. This was the rest of that message. I totally understand. Again, only 6 people allowed to be on the property. Only 3 cars allowed to be on the property. I saw 4. And I showed you guys a screenshot, but whatever. No street parking and all IDs need to be submitted for all guests prior to check-in. These weren't guests. Again, they were visitors. They were not going to be there for more than like 4 hours that day.
Even if they're visitors, she needs to know who it is in case something happens. And
these policies were on the listing that Everett agreed to upon booking. You're violating numerous policies of ours. I'll give you 30 minutes to vacate the property. Otherwise, the sheriff will be notified to vacate you from the property. And then she confirmed yesterday it's only 2 checking in. Yeah. She didn't clarify if she needed me to leave too. So I asked her, I said, are you talking about me too? She didn't respond back until like 8 or 9:35-ish. But I was trying to figure out what to tell my dad. Yeah. Then she finally responded and said, yes.
Rejected.
And so, while I said I was upset, guys, but I wasn't going to be cursing this woman out and doing the most. So I just said, awesome. I hope you have the day you deserve after threatening to call the sheriff on a bride who was trying to have effective communication. Lovely conversation.
You broke her rules, the same ones you agreed to. And when she told you to leave, how is that her fault exactly?
I didn't talk to her ever again. This says Everett canceled the reservation, and that's that. For one, this woman knew that it was my wedding from the moment I told her that was 8 a.m. on September 13th. That was my wedding day.
Flashback.
Also, I did not tell this woman that I was having my wedding. And I don't think I needed to. And honestly, that opinion is not going to change. It's not going to change. When I book an Airbnb, when I book a hotel, I don't tell them why I'm there or what I'm doing. Quite frankly, they don't need to know. All they need to know is that I'm staying there.
This comment said to follow the rules. Simple. Her wedding is not the host's problem. I would have called the cops sooner. And it makes sense. You can't go breaking rules or laws and make excuses by saying it's your birthday or wedding or something like that. It doesn't matter if the host has 100 rules. If you don't like it, nobody is forcing you to stay.
I know that the makeup artist said that it was her brother that was the sheriff. I think she just misheard, not really trying to make anything up or anything. I genuinely just think she misheard what I said because it all happened in a rush and she was just trying to get the story out. That's it.
What?
But I was never told that it was her brother that was the sheriff. And I'm just clarifying that that's not correct. That's pretty much it. Also, I was not rude or nasty to her. I don't know where that claim was coming from. It was a very short-lived conversation and I had nothing to be rude or nasty about.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Was my last message a little snippy? Yes, guys, you're stressing me out. It's my wedding day. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I'm a human being.
It was more of a bitter text because she expected to have a free pass just because it's her wedding.
Okay, guys, so the aftermath of all of that was that I called my dad, let him know what the situation was. He called Airbnb. Airbnb told him that they would be giving him a refund for half the stay. And they said, please go make a comment under this woman's listing because she is a problem host. And nobody ever really leaves a comment, so Airbnb can't do anything about it. However, I will say as of like 15 minutes ago, and I want to thank you guys because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten this recognition without you. But Airbnb did give us a full refund and a coupon for our next stay, and said that it was on them, and apologized for everything, congratulated me on my wedding. So for everybody saying I'm so wrong, there you have it.
You serious? She got what she wanted in the end, but sadly her actions badly affected the host. Let's see what she had to say for herself, because to every story, there are two sides.
Hi, my name is Reina Tart. I'm a real estate agent and I also own Airbnbs and I do this for a living. I'm the one that actually went viral on TikTok regarding about kicking out a bride. So I'm here to tell my story because I think it's really, really important for everybody to know because I've been being harassed like nonstop. And I don't think that's right because as you know, people only react on what they see. So I think it's better to tell my story. I've got a booking that was booked by a man checking in on September 12th. And on the booking, it shows only 2 people in there. And, you know, as a host, I would like to communicate with my guests prior to them coming over, just to give them a reminder about how to check in. So on September the 12th, before check-in, I sent a message to the male booker and send him the information on how to check in. And I also tried to confirmed also on my message that I saw that there's only 2 of you and we are so excited to host both of you.
Okay.
And then I got a message from a woman, which is the guest, saying thank you. I said, okay, everything's okay. So that's the 12th.
Imagine, a day later, you hear there are more people than what the rules say. Any homeowner would certainly not like that.
They check-in time is at 3:00 p.m. The second day, which is September the 13th, I get a message from the female guest telling me, letting me know that there's gonna be people coming over and there's gonna be a lot of cars, and she just want to make sure that I'm aware because it's her wedding day. And this is new to me. I didn't know there's going to be a wedding or she's going to be a bride. She never communicated to me regarding about wedding. So she said that her guest needed a place to stay because the wedding venue is not open until before 12 o'clock. And I was thinking like, why you just told me about this? You know, if this is your big day, and you planned for this for a while, and you've been communicating with the wedding venue, you should know that their check-in time is not before 12.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Always tell the host up front. And if they refuse, don't book, instead of being sneaky about it.
But apparently, what I gathered is that I think she booked the property for, the wedding party, which I wasn't aware of. And, we do have, requirements, right, for our guests, because as a host, we created our own house rules. So one of the house rules is that I do need all the IDs from all the people that's actually staying on our property. Either they stay there, hang out, or stay there overnight or sleep overnight. I do need to have those IDs. Since my home, it's very special to me. This is personal. I just want to make sure the people who are those people coming in.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I never got that. And the second thing is that one of the other rule that we have is we only allowed 3 cars that can be parked in our property, and there is no street parking. There's 6 cars.
As you can see, there were more than 3 cars at the scene.
And there's cars parked outside, so that's actually broken the rule. You have to understand, this is all about respect. If you're going to somebody's property, you need to communicate. I have no problem, if she communicated with me and letting me know about the bridal party. How could I kick her out? Ask her, how many people do you have? I even asked her, do you need place? I can find some place for them to stay. And I even suggested Margaritaville, and she said no, they're not going to be going in there. And then after that, there's other rules that she actually broke. So in this case, I cannot make my own decision. I do have to call Airbnb, and I got Airbnb involved. Because the way that she presented it to me, she's not asking me permission. She's telling me what she's going to do.
Oh, hell no.
And that's the reason why I called Airbnb and told them about the rules that she actually broke.
That's reasonable because instead of telling her the truth before booking the house, she told her later, not as a request, but telling her, hey, we're already doing this. We're just letting you know.
I've never communicated with a male booker. And then when I told her that you need to follow the policies and the rules, and she said, oh, I don't know how to tell my dad. Now it made me think like, oh, okay, maybe the male booker is her dad, or maybe her fiance. I don't know. And the thing is that if you have 6 cars in the parking lot, how many people do you think inside the house? We can't see inside the house. We don't have cameras. We give our guests privacy. I didn't even know that she has cars and, she got people in there until she messaged me. And then I tried to communicate with her about the policies, and it seems like she's trying to prove her point, and I can't go farther with her. So when I called Airbnb, of course, Airbnb wanted to get all the information, okay? They have to evaluate the host and they have to evaluate the guest. So Airbnb did their thing. Unfortunately, Airbnb was not able to get hold of this female guest because I believe she's not answering their call. So Airbnb contacted me back, and I told Airbnb and I said, hey, how can I move forward on this one? Because I am not comfortable anymore of them staying in there, because really, I don't know how many people inside the house. She's not telling me how many people inside the house.
Also, the fact that there were 6 cars out there can only make you worry as a host, thinking there might have been more than even 7 people in. And not to forget, this lady was kept in the dark about the number of guests there. So I don't blame her.
So I told Airbnb, said, well, Reina, what do you think you would feel like doing? And I said, well, maybe I can call a cop. And of course, Airbnb can't really tell us what to do. So I told Airbnb like, hey, if I call a cop, that would be okay. And Airbnb said, so whatever is you're comfortable doing, you can absolutely do that because it's your property. So I messaged the female guest, and I told her, and I said, hey, I want you to vacate the property I'll give you 30 minutes, and if you don't, I will call the cop, which I never did. Okay? No, I never called the cop, and I don't have a brother cop. Okay? So when I sent that information, she sent me a really, really, nasty text or messages. And I knew I can't, no, I'm not comfortable, okay? So this is my property and I'm not comfortable with it. If she is not willing to be honest with me, I don't respect that. So what happened was that I did not hear back from her. And I said, oh, okay, well, maybe Airbnb is still, communicating with them. As a host, we cannot, cancel somebody's reservation. You really have to go through Airbnb, and Airbnb will assist you in doing it.
Her home has rules. If you don't like those rules, don't book the house. Simple and clear. This lady said one word: racism. How is this racism? And why do people always link things like this to race or gender? It's simply one person not respecting the rules and the other person setting boundaries.
So when Airbnb said the cancellation, the reservation is already canceled because they have all the proof that the guests are breaking a lot of rules, house rules. So Airbnb made the decision that they can actually, cancel the reservation. And then after that, never heard from them. I said, oh, okay, well, hopefully, they get it. We never called the cop. I got a tag on TikTok. And the tag is them showing their experience on my Airbnb. And after that, I realized, oh, okay, maybe they're gone already because, it shows on TikTok that they're actually living. I said, okay, so I went and, checked the Airbnb. And next thing I know, my phone is blowing up on Airbnb app, telling me I'm a racist, telling me this, telling me that, nasty messages.
People who accused this lady and went after her should feel ashamed of themselves. The fact that she came forward to tell her story despite the hate comments is impressive and brave.
And that went on the whole day, the whole night, until today. Today is the 14th, okay? I'm still getting a lot of messages. And after that, people are messaging my social media, nasty, being a racist, okay? I get calls, I get emails. So basically, all of that. I understand, a lot of negative comments because people only saw a one-sided story. If they just know the whole story, then maybe they will react differently. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. But this is my story. So the takeaway of this story is that the guest violated a lot of rules.
I think this lady did the best she could in a bad situation. And I don't see any racism, especially after she explained her side. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.